Donald Trump's lawyers had filed a motion in Manhattan arguing that District Attorney Alvin Bragg took just too darn long bringing those indictments against Donald Trump. And of course, Donald Trump has been indicted on 34 counts of falsifying his business records, criminal activity, all related to the Stormy Daniels payoff. And now Trump's lawyers have told the judge, listen, if they wanted to bring these charges, why didn't they bring them sooner? Clearly, Judge, this is election interference and the case should immediately be dismissed and all charges dropped. Here's what his lawyers wrote in their filing. The delay has prejudiced President Trump, interfered with his ongoing presidential campaign, and violated his due process rights more than 6 years after public reporting regarding the facts at issue, and almost 5 years after commencing a grand jury investigation and accessing substantially all of the relevant evidence. You know, what's funny about this to me? You almost had a solid legal argument. There is absolutely legal precedent, including a case from earlier this year, where cases have been dismissed because it took prosecutors too long to bring charges. And it's not because the statute of limitations ran out, which is the same situation with this case. Statute of limitations is not the issue. What it is like you gathered all the evidence, then you just sat on it for a couple years doing nothing, and then you finally decided, let's go ahead and bring charges. And it would have been a solid argument. They even quoted Mark Pomerantz's book. Pomerantz, of course, is the prosecutor who famously resigned after Alvin Bragg became district attorney because he had basically killed the investigation, even though they had indictments already written out, ready to file against Donald Trump with Cy Vance. Bragg said no. Then he kind of started looking at the Stormy Daniels stuff, and then a year later finally brought an indictment. And again, would have been a solid legal argument had you not mentioned the election interference part. At that point, you, Donald Trump's legal team, at the probably advice of Donald Trump, made it political. Politics has no place in a court of law. And once you inject that phrase, interfering in the presidential election, you blew it. But this is how Donald Trump's legal teams operate. He is the one in charge. Not the lawyers, not the smart people, not the people who know how to do these things and make these filings, but Trump. So if he tells them you have to include election interference in this, motion to dismiss, they're going to do it. They shouldn't. They have every right to say, no, I'm sorry, we're not. We're going to stick to the legal facts of the case and not go into speculation, because the moment you put the speculation in the motion, the entire motion can then be dismissed because it's not based on fact, it's based on feelings. So, there it is. A solid legal argument from Donald Trump's legal team once again ruined because Donald Trump thinks he is smarter than his own lawyers. We'll see how that plays out for him.
Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.